look, umshene wami, we baba.
Since its formation, the MK Party has made a bold entrance into the political arena, shaking the foundations of South Africa's political landscape.
The reality is the MK is now a big player, right?
Yes. Oh, now we are.
But to me, the most worrying development, the scariest development, is MK. MK is a bigger threat to this country.
Today we will break down the tactical and strategic moves that have set the MK apart. In 1960, the ANC was banned from participating in the South African politics. The following year, on December 16, 1961, the MK military wing was formed to take the country back from the apartheid regime by force. Led by struggle heroes, MK's mission was to overthrow the oppressive government through armed resistance. After the fall of apartheid, the MK was officially disbanded in 1993, but its veterans continued to influence the political landscape. By 1996, the MK Military Veterans Association was formed, not as an ANC league, but as an independent alliance.
When Umkhonto Wesizwe was disbanded in 1993 at Orlando Stadium, that was the end of Umkhonto Wesizwe, and we were left on our own. But as time goes on, we realize that we cannot just live like that. Let's form ourselves into an association. And we requested the ANC to assist us in that. And in 1996, then that was the birth of Umkhonto Wesizwe, formed by former members of Umkhonto Wesizwe, not by the African National Congress.
Fast forward 2019, when tensions between MK veterans and the ANC leadership under Cyril Ramaphosa began to intensify, MK veterans who had been historically deployed in the security cluster found themselves sidelined, sparking a rift between the MK-MVA and the ANC.
Because if you learn from other revolutions, every revolution take care of its combatants, former fighters. And in this country, for some odd reason, we are being pushed to the side, and we believe that we have a contribution to make. We fought for this country. We are actually not expecting anyone to do us a favor. We are expecting the government led by the African National Congress to do what is right by us people. So we are saying here to the leadership of the ANC, we are tired. Time is running out. Time for Jamaria, it's over. We don't want to be smooth talked. We don't want to be pushed on the side as though we are a less important factor in the organization. We fought a national democratic.
Jamaria?
Jamaria is talks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jamaria, it's time for talking is over.
Okay.
Basically, they know it. They understand it, that language,
In June 2021, the ANC disbanded the MK-MVA, attempting to amalgamate it with the rival MK National Council, a move that did not sit well with many veterans. The MK-MVA eventually took the ANC to court, challenging its disbandment. Then in 2023, a brilliant tactical move took place. The MK party was quietly registered under the name Jabulani Khumalo, raising no suspicions. On December 16, 2023, an ironic date for MK veterans, Jacob Zuma, still an ANC member at the time, made a historic announcement. He would campaign and vote for the MK party.
What President Zuma is doing with Umkhonto Wesizwe party is what the statement of Umkhonto Wesizwe did in 1961 on the 16th of December, to say that now that the liberation movement has been banned, what other platform do we express ourselves? What other instrument do we use to fight for total liberation? There is absolutely no doubt that the liberation movement is no longer existing in the form that it's supposed to do. It has been captured totally. It is directed from elsewhere. And then this is a platform. And what is unique about Umkhonto Party is a purposeful, foundational approach and principle, is to assemble people who can govern society to come and govern society in South Africa.
This date was no coincidence. In 1961, the MK was formed to take up arms against apartheid. In 2023, Jacob Zuma felt the ANC had been compromised by a neoliberal faction and had gone underground just like MK did in the 60s to form the MK Party,
which was the national organization, and save the black people. We established MK. And the MK played a role that assisted us to come quicker to liberation as a military wing of the struggle in South Africa. Today, in a different way, the ANC is being killed by some of its members who are sent by other people. People in South Africa have been saying, and as a journalist you know, have been saying to ANC people, we are not going to vote you if you still keep Cyril Ramaphosa as a president. You have heard it.
So it's a personal vendetta?
No, I'm asking you have heard it. I'm asking, is it a vendetta or not vendetta? I'm asking you.
In some quarters it has
Wait. I'm telling you about the voters. And the voters of the ANC have been going down on the basis of that. And therefore the ANC has been killed systematically together. And we who know the ANC coming, we want to rescue the history of the ANC, the name of the ANC. That's why I won't leave it to people I think they've done wrong things. One day I could tell you more reasons why. The ANC, there is nothing wrong with the membership of the ANC. There's everything wrong with the leadership of the ANC or some leaders of the ANC.
Okay,
these are the people we need to deal with. And
once you've dealt with them,
wait a bit, let me complete.
One of the MK Party's most successful strategies was using legal methods to undermine the ANC. Despite attempts by the ANC to block the MK Party, they lost several cases just before the elections, helping the MK Party gain more credibility and support. Jacob Zuma's use of the MK's history to align the party with the mission of taking back the country, this time through the ballot, not bullets, has been a clever way to reignite the support from disillusioned ANC members and veterans.
A threat to the existence of the EFF, particularly when you look at a province like KwaZulu-Natal. I was there on election day. I spoke to your SG and some of your leaders on numerous occasions. They were asking, do we have party agents on the ground? But when you look at the final voter tally, over 1.3 million votes went to the MK Party. The EFF dropped from their 350,000 votes you got in 2019. Are they posing an existential crisis to you in the province of KwaZulu-Natal?
Well, it is not a crisis. It's a political contestation. They are a force to be reckoned with. We might have underestimated their potential, but now we are aware. There will be a lot of intervention that will be made in KZN to be alive to the reality that occurred on the 29th of May. The fighters put up a fight in KZN, and most of the people that we received in 2019 were actually the supporters of President Zuma, who didn't want Ramaphosa, and they didn't have a political home. And then they came to the EFF, and when President Zuma came with an alternative, then they shifted back to President Zuma.
A key tactical move was the nomination of former Judge President Dr. John Hlophe to the Judicial Services Commission. This was a strategic provocation, knowing full well that the DA had pushed for his impeachment. When the DA lost the vote in Parliament, they immediately went to court and won. But this only fueled MK Party's narrative that the judiciary is politically captured. Dr. Hlophe's resignation from the JSC, allowing MK Party to fill his seat, was a tactical retreat, showing how the party is willing to navigate the political and legal landscape without losing ground.
Issue of the Judicial Service Commission, I regard myself as a member of the JSC who was gagged. I was told in terms of the court's order that emanated from the Western Cape High Court that I could not attend the proceedings of the JSC. I suppose if I wanted to attend, I could sit and keep quiet. I didn't have time to go there and keep quiet. Secondly, there was an attempt by the legal team to stop the proceedings of the JSC. We lost. Now, we lost 2 successive cases. We know what happens in South Africa. When you lose, and you lose. It did not surprise us. I was a judge myself for 29 years. It did not surprise us when we lost, because we know the judiciary is also captured. It is as simple as that. Now, there is no provision in terms of the law for an alternate member. I was the only member, I'm still the only member of the JSC. There is no provision for an alternate member of the JSC. We have to go back to the drawing board and get somebody else deployed to the JSC. So the decision to resign until finalization of the proceedings by the concerned court was strategic in the sense that right now the party was not represented in the JSC.
Today, the MK party is uniting progressive forces in South Africa. More small parties are closing shop and merging with MK, building what they describe as a real economic emancipation movement for the people.
Sithe asukume ndlemnyama ngoba abacindezeli bafunda isu elihle lokusihlukanisa lokusixabanisa ngayo yonke indlela ukuthi asingabambelelike kulokho asihlanganeni ndlemnyama sisebenzisa into ethebalulekile ivoti lethu silihlanganisela isizwe sethu ukuthi sibuyele ezandleni zethu.
I agree that we should unite all the progressive forces into common agenda, because this thing of small unviable political parties is not sustainable for the future of black people in South Africa. It's not sustainable at all.
The MK party has tactically positioned individuals in their leadership, leaders with experience in key sectors, including public enterprises, to ensure they can hold current leaders accountable and influence policy changes in favor of their vision.
Like woolly, strategic political answers. I'm going to ask sharp, direct questions. I'm requesting sharp, direct answers.
The MK party has changed the South African political landscape, not through violence, but through strategic, legal battles and alliances. As it continues to build momentum, it's clear that the MK party is here to stay, and it's on a mission to reshape the future of South Africa. That's it for today. Let us know your thoughts on the MK party's tactics and strategies in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching Heads Up SA. See you next time.
I will yang bambezela